Hello everyone, what's up? It's your boy Young Falcon here, and today we're going to be discussing the character Momo Yaoyorozu. She's a really interesting character. We're going to be going over her neutral, special moves, all of that jazz, and just kind of explaining what makes her such a good character, at least in my opinion. Everyone's pretty viable in this game, but she's definitely one of the people you got to watch out for, especially online, and we're going to get into that right now, so let's just get started. So Momo Yaoyorozu is pretty unique. She has a really technical playstyle, so you have to keep that in mind while playing her, and of course playing against her, so just be a little bit careful with timing all your moves and things like that. So with that being said, let's get into our first quirk button, which is X or triangle if you're on PS4 and Switch respectively. It allows you to switch between weapons, whether it's the baton, sword, or spear. Those are the three weapons she has, and each have their own properties. The baton is just a standard weapon, the spear is a multi-hit weapon, and the sword is a crippling weapon, which does a decent amount of damage, but it really just isn't worth it in the long run, and we'll kind of talk about that later. So when you get either the sword or the spear, the only way you can switch to a new weapon is you getting rid of it completely. The way you have to do that is holding the X button down after you throw your attack out, and you're going to throw that weapon, and if you keep holding the button, you'll switch between them and be able to switch to another weapon, so keep that in mind. Same goes with the spear and the sword. That's the only way you can switch between them, to either get back to the baton or switch to a different weapon entirely, so keep that in mind. So moving on from her quirk 1, which is again pretty layered and complex for one button, her second button is going to be two different things. If you just hold the button down, which is the A button or circle button respectively on PS4 and Switch, she's going to create a shield, which is really effective because you have a buffed damage boost but a lower knockback on her bash, and she also allows you to guard without taking any damage, which is pretty top tier. And if you just hold forward and press the A button, she's going to throw the dolls out and then summon a laser cannon, which can break a guard as long as you put enough pressure on it, so keep that in mind. Her cannon is really effective. It does a lot of damage. Same with her Macarena dolls. They actually are allowed to stun, so you have to watch out for that, because she's one of the few characters that has moves that exclusively stun. So yeah, make sure you keep that in mind while playing this character. Once again, she's a pretty technical fighter, and it does take a little bit for her to get in on opponents, but it's really worth the reward, as you're going to see in a little bit with the combo section. So Momo's combos are easily some of the best in the game, and since she's a very optimized heavy character, she can get in and do a lot of damage, especially with assist carries, and of course if you have 3 bars to spend. That combo is nearly 200 damage. It's super solid, and it's just something you have to watch out for when you play Momo, especially if you give her full meter. So Momo is a pretty cool character in all things considered. She does really damaging combos. The only downside is her neutral game is really lacking. You can kind of throw the stun grenades out and get a stun on your opponent and then combo after that, but it's really hard when you're getting outzoned by half the cast, so you have to play really defensive, chip away and get in game. I really recommend bringing up her shield to kind of bash through projectiles and things of that nature and really chip your way in and get a lot of damage started. And that's Momo in a nutshell. She's a really strong character. She has great combos, good tools, and really relies heavily on assist and doing a bunch of things to chip her way in and just get combos started. I also recommend, if you have the chance, immediately go for a combo to hurry up and get your weapons out, or just try to switch to your spear as quickly as possible, as that's where most of your damage is going to come from. So, hope you guys enjoyed this Momo breakdown. I really enjoy playing as her. Her neutral game is pretty fun, her combos are super solid and just hype to pull off, and she's a really cool character, all things considered. I am Young Falcon signing out. If you guys have any more character requests, hit me up down in the comment section below. Next character is going to be Aizawa and then Stain, and we're going to keep going off from there. I will eventually do the entire roster. Thank you all for coming out. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Have a good one.